Starbucks. Love the coffee here. Have a great day. Branding, that's it.
What does that mean?
You're just putting your face and that you're a realtor in another spot. So when somebody looks up a restaurant, a park, or whatever it is,
Oh, like
they
post
might
on
see your
Starbucks.
face. It doesn't
Oh,
have
that's
to be
pretty good.
Starbucks. It could be anything.
Yeah, I know, I know.
All right, Jerome.
All right, Frank.
Thank you, Frank. Jerome, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water.
Okay. Andrew, what do you know about AI?
AI is specific for real estate or just in general?
In general.
It's very powerful. I think we should tread lightly as time goes on because it's gonna put a lot of people out of business. And I think a lot of the times, like whatever infrastructure the AI is located in, they usually make the people pay for it indirectly.
Mhm.
That's about it.
Okay. Patricia, how about you?
I concur with Andrew because I also think in due time, it might put a lot of people's jobs, at stake. I remember my former employer saying something like that. He was saying, "Oh, front desk, you're soon gonna be replaced by AI." And at that point, I thought, but AI is not capable of doing this. However, if he had the idea, then somehow he hoped he would make it work. But I think used well, AI is like really, really good, though very many people these days now do not use it for the right purposes, but I think it's really helpful and it can be
Okay.
so educative.
Yeah, so I like it's kind of like I think we had the Industrial Revolution. Everybody was scared, oh my God, the world is gonna end because machines. Then we did the same thing with computers. The world will end because of computers. And now they're doing the same thing with AI. I actually advocate for these movements. AI, people, it's gonna sound, but people losing their jobs forces us to be more creative as a society and as a people. So AI makes us more efficient. AI is not as creative as we are. AI can only do what we tell it to do, just like computers. So I'm an advocate for AI. I'm an advocate for pushing those things forward. I think we have a lot of wasteful jobs, a lot of wasteful resources, and AI tends to expose that. So, like what I'm going to be showing today, yeah, some people have missed out certain jobs, the tools, the resources that I'm able to create because of AI. Like some things have lost, but that gives people more free time to think, to be more creative. And I'm a humanitarian. I don't think we're using our time the best all the time as human beings. I think some of us are doing wasteful mechanical jobs, and I think AI, computers should do that stuff. I think we should be more at home with our families, friends, building relationships and connections while AI does manual tasks and manual work. So that's my feedback and my take. I'm an advocate for it. I'm going to be teaching. We're going to be going through a few things, but I have Miss Jacqueline. Are you there, Miss Jacqueline? Are you participating?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So earlier this week, you had mentioned you went to a presentation, and the lady she shared all of her story. And I was like, Miss Jacqueline, people have to share their story because some people appreciate that part sometimes. So I have a little bit of my story in here. I typically don't like to talk about myself, but some people do appreciate it. And some people appreciate the information. So you have to have the right blend. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blast through my story so I can get straight to the information. And part of the reason why I'm sharing my story, because a lot of people say, Jerome, you don't understand. You never been through anything. We all been through stuff. We all got excuses that we can use. And I just want to show y'all some of my excuses that I can talk about. I was talking to Leander, Skanes, Terrell, some of the After Dark folks, and they kind of know my story already, but I'm going to share it anyway. So we're going to get started. I'm going to be talking and speaking fast. If I'm going too fast, you're going to have to let me know. But I have a lot of information that I want to show you because I'm excited about AI and how you can use this in your business as real estate professionals. So I like participation in my presentations. So what I normally do is I have people type in the Zoom chat. And I think Jose, you're gonna have to turn your camera on, my brother, or you're gonna get placed in a waiting room. So do me a favor and everyone type yes in the chat so we can move forward. Just type yes in that Zoom chat, please. And I need at least 50% engagement. That's what I like to get. So, but we got ECC. Everybody should be typing in that chat. All right. So we're going to move forward. ECC presents how to use AI to personalize your real estate content, conversations, and closings. One of the most effective things about my appointments and what I do is I like to personalize stuff. When I say that on the phone, I actually do that. Like I personalize and customize stuff based on people's exact situation. You have a template, you understand the template as a professional, but then you can customize and personalize things. That's what I'm going to do here. I used to do it, a lot of it manually, but now it's done automatically by AI, and it's done in a matter of minutes. So I hope to blow your minds, as some people said with this presentation today. All right. I do a lot of things. I like to consider myself more a business owner rather than just an agent or just an investor or just a that. I'm a business owner. I write books. I got a marketing company. I got all kind of stuff. So I have what we just updated to the digital real estate strategy series. And I've written a number of books. I write a book every year. I've been trained that way. So this year I wrote a book on AI, and I'm going to show you some of what I'm talking to you about this today comes from my book right here. So you see that white book there, Artificial Intelligence Secrets. I customize most of my content around real estate specifically. So that's my niche, that's my specialty. I'm a business owner, that's what I do. And next year, I'm going to be releasing a book on confidence and communication secrets. This is everything that I learned from prospecting. So by the time it's released, I'm hoping it's 3 years. But so far, this is 2 years of my experience on what you need to say in conversations confidently to communicate, get appointments, get listings, and get to buy investment deals. So that's my digital real estate strategy series. I'm going to talk about this one in particular today, the strategies within this one. These are a few other books of mine that I have that are relevant to different phases of the business. I buy real estate primarily, so I wrote a book on that. That's something that I give to my prospects. That's something that I take them as well. You can see on the bottom of the screen. I've been speaking all over EXP, Dig, OREA, all kind of stuff. I've been speaking for, I think, about 5 years now. It's something that I enjoy doing. I haven't done much of it this year because I've been so focused on prospecting. But that's one of the things that I do. Those are many companies I work for. Also been an instructor for EXP. Miss Jacqueline is my EXP peeps. So I've been with EXP. I'm a loyal person. I've been with them since I started real estate. So I don't change a lot. I am huge on showing you, not telling you. That's why ECC is set up the way it is set up. We show, we don't tell. You gotta, us leaders, we're always at the expense. We're willing to show you rather than just tell you what it is that we're doing. And this is what I always let people know. You don't just, they call me anal about calling people out because I don't want you just learning information. I want you to implement what it is that you learn. So I'm really huge on implementation. That's a big part of my brand. And it's important because you won't learn anything if you don't do anything with the information. Okay. All right, so here's the story, Miss Falcon. You can learn a little bit about me since you think I'm no fun. You can learn some of the soft sides of me, okay? So that's me. You can see me as a baby. I was born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm from South Philly. As a baby, I was dropped on a head by my father. So I had seizures for a long time because my father dropped me on my head. He was in a gang, and they jumped him with me on his back. So that could have been an excuse for me. I was raised with seizures. I used to be shy. I'm not shy anymore. Now I'm more introverted. People don't think I am because I'm assertive. So they confuse that. I was bullied in elementary school. I was abused as a child. I'm a product of a single mother. I didn't have a father. He was not absent. My mother kept him away. I was taken from my mother at 7 years old, put through foster care. I was legitimately diagnosed with ADHD. A lot of people like to say, I have ADD, and they really don't. They just make it up themselves. I was actually diagnosed with that, and I was put through school my entire life. I was an angry child. I had a lot of gang association. I was in a lot of trouble. So I can make all the excuses everybody else makes as well. My father died suddenly. I wasn't close with him, but I felt it. So Patricia, we had a conversation recently. I said, your parents are 50. You are 50% of your mother and your father. You have to love them. So I didn't have a good relationship with my father, but I eventually forgave him and I started to love him, and I had a much better life since then. My mother also died unexpectedly. She died in 2019, and it was painful. Who I am now, I'm a father of 4. I'm Black. I make sure people know that because we get discriminated against, believe it or not. A lot of people don't like to acknowledge that, but it is very true. I'm a real estate investor, real estate agent. I'm a #1 best-selling author, public speaker. I've done over 300 talks and speeches. I think I stopped counting. Same with real estate, over 200 real estate transactions. I stopped counting. So I say all of that to say I'm humble about my accomplishments. but I'm also humble about my excuses, my trials, my difficulties, right? So I don't like to share a lot about me because I'm trying to help other people. It's not about me. But I've done a lot, but I've also been through a lot. I'm humble about both. There's the proof that I'm an introvert. It says 82% introvert. So a lot of people like to say, I'm an introvert. I don't like to speak. They make excuses, right? I'm here to serve people. So I have to get outside of myself to help other people. I'm definitely an introvert though. But the key here is I'm assertive. So people I'm assertive. I'll assert myself when necessary, where possible. That's from the Myers-Briggs assessment. I sent that to you before, Patricia, you as well, Terrell. Next, I am, just so you see, we're reading Surrounded by Idiots, the book. So a lot of you you focus on the fact that I'm a red, but I'm actually red and blue. So I'm very detailed as well. I catch a lot of details that most people do not catch. So I'm not just a red, I'm a red and blue. Very, very, very detailed. Just red overpowers blue. That's me growing up. You can kind of see some of our pictures there. Some of the stuff that I mentioned, I was like in the gang and I got picked on and I got bullied. There's my mother and my father. That's my background. That's my story. You can see some of my pictures of me. That's my family. Those are my children. Most of what I do these days is for my children. Okay. That's my family. Those are my children again. And you can see that. So. All right, what's going on here? I'm having a technical difficulty. Before I proceed, since I'm having this tech issue, does anybody have any questions thus far? No questions. All right, so today what we're going to learn about AI in particular, and let me see what we're doing. We're going to talk about how to use AI to personalize your content. But before we do that, I have to make some introductions first, right? So the introduction I need to do is I need you to understand, I talk about some of the same stuff over and over and over again. So the importance of personalization, right? In order for you to personalize something, you have to actually listen. You have to listen to the prospect. You have to listen to the calls. You got to listen to the recordings. So I say that to say, I let you know, Miss Falcon, I called y'all a little bit earlier. Record everything. I live by this. You got to record all those conversations in your business, all of them. So Miss Candace brought this up. Professionals review the tape. It's time that you do that too. Don't willy-nilly your business. You want to be professional, you record everything, you listen to your calls. When I finish this presentation, best believe I'm going to be listening to it. I'm going to be listening to it. I do the same thing with my calls. I listen over and over again. What could I have done? What could I have said? What could I have done better? I practice what I preach. That's why ECC is the way it is. I don't just tell you what to do. I can show you as well. Practice what I preach. I record everything. The initial call, the listing presentation, all of it is recorded. Frank is here. I shared the best thing you can do is if you have a dialer, most of them have built-in recording feature for you already. Just pay the fee. Don't be cheap. Pay the fee and get the recording active. I'm serious, like it's so worth it. Just pay the fee to get that call recorded. So that's initial. Initially, you want to record your initial call. Next, then we have listing presentation and other conversations that aren't necessarily on Vulcan or the Mojo that's on those tools. My next best recommendation is this tool that Frank picked up because Frank is famous, y'all. He's like an influencer and he gives him stuff for free. But there's this tool, Miss Candace purchased as well, and then Scanes, Lee, you purchased. There's this tool called Plod. And I'm sure there are other AI recorders out there, but there's a tool called Plod. I have it here with me. I can show you a little bit later, but I take this with me everywhere. It sticks to the back of my phone. I got one on my keychain. Whenever I'm out, especially in a professional setting, I activate my recorder. I like this one because it has AI active, and I'll show you a little bit of how that works later on how you can personalize everything. So record everything. Number one, pay for the feature directly in your platform. Stop being cheap as a business. Investment is worth it. It's worth it. Number two, if invest in a recorder outside of your prospecting tool. So you can record your listing presentations and your conversations that you're having with prospects. And then number three, your mock listing presentations and the stuff that we're doing here in the role play, start to get that stuff recorded as well. So you can understand your tonality, what needs to happen, etc. Record everything. Ms. Falcon, I thought about you when I put this in here. Personalization begins with a name. That's the most important sound to people. It's their name. Get their names right, please. It shows you care. And if you don't know how to say a person's name, what do you do, Miss Falcon? Unmute.
I could ask them how to pronounce your name.
Yes, you just ask. Don't guess. Ask people how to say their names. And when you ask them, you show that you care. You're putting forth the effort. Some people have weird names, strange names that we're not accustomed to saying. If you ask them with genuine care and concern, they'll understand. And they may even say, don't forget, oh, it's okay. People mess it up all of the time, but ask. Don't try to guess a person's name. You unlock rapport. So Michelle, this is what I was telling you a little bit earlier in the role play. You unlock rapport through like commonalities, similarities, listening. The dog, what about the dogs? You know about dogs, Michelle. You know about fences, you know a little bit in real estate. Have conversations about this stuff. You don't have to stick to the script all the time. And these are the things, the differences, right? Outside of the script, this is the stuff that allows you to customize your presentation or a situation for the particular seller. Okay, so master the input to master the output. You want to record everything, active listening, right? So you want to be listening, but you also want to be taking notes. You want to get yourself a note recorder, a document taker that can record for you as well. So you have two things working. You have the human being working and listening. You also have that device working and listening as well. So that's part two. I'm going to move on to that's part one. I'm going to move on to part two. So we're talking about AI right now. Most people, when they're talking about AI, they think about ChatGPT. That's not what AI is, right? That's one version or one form of AI. Okay, so that's what I'm saying here. I want you to be clear. When I say AI, I'm not just talking about ChatGPT. AI is very, very, very vast. Most people, they say, I know AI, I'm going to go ask ChatGPT and I'm going to type it in ChatGPT. That is not AI. That is a version of AI and is a very specific version and a very specific niche within AI. ChatGPT is what's considered a LLM, which is a large language model, but that's not the full scope of AI. That is just barely scratching the surface, right? And if you are not getting accustomed and acquainted with AI, you're going to get left in the dust. You're going to lose a job. Some of us talk about, oh, AI is going to take jobs. It's going to take jobs from who? The people that don't want to use AI. Because the ones that can use AI, they're going to be getting hired. An agent that has AI versus agent that does not. The agent that has AI is going to have the advantage. So don't shy away from AI. You will get left in the dust. So my favorite tool that I recommend is Google Gemini. And the reason why I recommend Google Gemini is for several reasons. Number one, I always like to tell people, remember, like, where can you hire an assistant for $20? Nowhere. Where can you hire an assistant? Even if we go to ChatGPT, people are like, I don't want to pay. I want to use the free version. Use the paid version because there's nowhere you can hire an assistant for $20 and they do that amount of unlimited work for you. Along the same token, I want you to consider the same thing for Google. The reason why I like Google is because you get extra benefits with Google. And one of the extra benefits you get with Google is you get free storage. And they give you 2 terabytes of free storage. 2 terabytes, that's a lot of storage where you can save your assets, your files, your music, videos, whatever you want to save. ChatGPT does not give you the same thing. Another reason why I really love Google is because Google, when most people are searching for things, they go to Google. That's the #1 search engine in the world. Despite ChatGPT blowing up, Google is still #1. Number 2, the second most used search engine in all of the internet is YouTube. And guess who owns YouTube? Google. So this is why I'm an advocate for Google. They know a lot. Next, Google has, they have Android. They own a lot of data there. So a lot of people are hype and excited about OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, but Google still has a major share of the market. And what's relevant for us as real estate agents, Google, they have entered what is called the portal wars, where Zillow, they list properties on their site and people go, they type in and they look for houses. Google has just entered and they're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be listing houses for us some way, somehow. This just happened about 4 days ago. If you Google it, Google enters portal wars, it'll come up. So you want to be one of the first people to be involved in everything Google. These are the reasons why I recommend Google over ChatGPT in general. One of the things I like about Google Gemini, it's not as popular as ChatGPT, but it is better in my experience, is that it's very effective. So I like the capabilities within Google. They have a particular section in there, a particular, I don't know what to call it, but they have a feature called Nano Banana. And Nano Banana is an extremely effective image generation and modification tool. So right here, like what you see on the screen, this is an example. Like you might be an agent, you might have some picture where you need to look more professional. Google can change that right before your eyes in less than 60 seconds with no problem. With no problem. I'm going to play around. I need pictures. Anybody want to volunteer? Somebody got some pictures or something that I can, Jose, you got a Facebook profile or something I can go to? I want to show you some of the effectiveness of this Google Gemini tool compared to ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is great for text-based. It's great for language, but Google Gemini is more complex. It's better with images. It's better with slide creation. It's better with infographic. It's much better compared to ChatGPT. So this is one of the reasons why I'm advocating for Google. Place yourself, so it's so much that it can do. Like this picture here, like this picture up top in the top left, it started off with nothing in it, but you put the picture directly in Google. You can say, hey, put a picture of me in front of that person's house. You can say, hey, put a picture of me in front of this person's house, but I don't like the pants, so change the pants to burgundy. Like you could do stuff and it happens in a matter of seconds. I'm telling you. So I should be able to explore and show you some of those examples before the presentation is over. This is something that I thought of. I was really struggling with ideas on how to use Google Gemini, like some things that would be relevant to you as real estate agents. But you can do stuff like this, right? You're taking a prospect through a listing presentation or something like that. You can help them envision for sold instead of for sale. And it's just a matter of a command within Google Gemini. So that's Google Nano Banana. Okay, we're going to play around with some of that a little bit live. Here's some other ideas that I liked. Redesign a space with a single command, right? They need to paint the walls. You can help them envision different colors directly in Google. And again, one of the things I keep saying is that in a matter of seconds, you don't have to hire a Photoshop professional or anything like that. This happens in seconds when you do it. So I highly recommend, if you're stuck in gung-ho on ChatGPT, try to play around with Google too. Play around with Google is much more effective. It is the most effective image generation tool right now. Use it. And they have much more data than OpenAI to play around with. These are some other examples that I wanted you to see. Brand, style, like Lily. Did she leave? She left? Oh, man. Oh, no, she's here. So Lily, I thought of you when I thought of luxury. That's like your brand and style, right? You might have a template where a real basic listing presentation template. You can have Google update it and make it a luxurious style, high end. I thought about you when we were putting this together. Simplistic and clean. I thought about myself. I like things very simple, basic, and clean. And then Frank, I thought about you with your pink. Your vibrant pink when you were doing your ad, like you can make your entire branding around that. These are some ways that you can utilize the tool. Okay. You can create visual graphics like these slides that you are seeing here today. These slides were created in a matter of minutes. They were created in like 10 minutes or less, right? So I don't even have to create slides anymore. It's so crazy the stuff that you can do. I'm like, man, I lost my job. But since I'm learning how to do AI, I can leverage the AI where I don't have to do it anymore. I create these slides at the snap, like really quickly. So leverage your best reviews visually. Like you can create visual graphics. I kind of have some already done when I get into the next tool. So I'm talking about Google. Like Google is the foundation that I want you to really start to understand Google first, like Google Gemini, another large language model, but I want you to know the strengths that it has compared to ChatGPT. Turn complex data into infographics. You can kind of see that there. You're gonna learn some of that. Then I want to skip personalized presentations to match client personalities. You can do that stuff, right? You get an analytical that wants to all of the data. You can tell Google, you can tell the tool to make it for a person that's analytical. Focus on numbers, right? You get somebody that's inspiring, that's more people friendly like Leander. You can tell it to customize the presentation based on that. Highlight those points. Somebody a little more direct like myself, talk about the bottom line. What are the facts? Somebody like that's a green Terrell, something that's more supportive and more easygoing. So that's number 2. I really want you to understand and really start to consider Google Gemini compared to ChatGPT. Jose, when I asked you if you had some pictures or something I could go through, what were your thoughts? You can open up your mic.
Yeah, I don't really have any pictures on my Facebook, so I don't know if I would be a good participant for that.
Michelle, how about you, Michelle?
You can look me up on Facebook.
Look you up on Facebook.
I
So
don't
we're
know.
gonna play around. Yeah, we're gonna play around with Google Gemini. I just want to show y'all some of the cool stuff that it does, and how fast. More importantly, I want you to see how fast this stuff works. Are we friends on Facebook, Michelle?
I never use Facebook.
Oh my
I don't even know if those
God.
pictures will be acceptable.
All right, how about, do you have pictures on Instagram?
I don't think so. You want like a
How
professional
we are
picture
agents
of
and we
me?
got no social media, y'all? Come on, man.
You can use mine. I got Facebook. I don't know how many. I don't know where you got to go for
You
it.
got
but
some pictures on there, Frank?
I'm sure. Well, me, no, I'm not a selfie taking guy, but they don't matter. Take anybody's picture. Take that guy right there. The
No, I want
NPQ
to
guy,
take one of
whatever his
y'all.
name is.
Let me see what you got, Frank.
Look, there's my fat head right there.
Come on, Frank. It ain't nothing over there.
No, don't get all weird like that.
All right, you got a
Make it
shirt
awkward.
on, brother Frank. Man, so I just want to show y'all something. Who's this? You and your wife, Frank?
Yeah, you can
All right,
hardly
so I'm
see
gonna
that
take
stuff.
Frank and his wife, and I'm
Ridiculous
gonna go over
filter.
to Google Gemini and
You gonna turn me back into a man?
no, I want to see if we can put you in a suit real quick. I just want you to see how fast this app can work. So
You should have
put,
took one of them ones where he doesn't have a shirt on and put him in a suit.
you think so? Let me see. Let me try that. Let's try
That
that.
would be
Frank,
impressive.
Live on stage. Put me on stage
here
somewhere.
we go. We're gonna
Put
get
a big
Frank.
pole in there.
We're gonna
Not
put
that one. That's the before I started working
too
out.
bad, too bad. So we're gonna get Frank dressed up. What color you want to wear, Frank?
I look beautiful in pink.
Pink. So you want pink what?
Whatever
Pants.
you think will look the worst. Yeah, pink pants.
Pink pants.
Light blue shirt.
All right. So it should take less than 60 seconds. And I just want you to see some of the how fast the tool can move and how smooth it looks. It's like you don't even need Photoshop anymore because of the tool. In particular, this nano banana part within Google. So it's thinking. Lee, pay attention to the road. Pay attention to the road. So how quick was that? There you go. There's Frank with a blue shirt and some pink pants. Really quickly, right? So the biggest thing is like, imagine like what do you do? What are some practical things you can do? So now I want to put him in front of a house for sale.
Did it give him a necklace?
I think he already had the necklace. So
But how
I
detailed
want
is it?
go ahead, Michelle.
How detailed is it up close? Like up close, does it look like AI or?
It depends on your instructions, but you can make it where it doesn't change anything. So right now, for the sake of the training, I'm not being super specific. I'm just showing you the capabilities that it has. Okay, so this is like Google Gemini. There we go. Frank is in front of a house for sale. I wasn't specific. I could say put him in front of a bungalow, a row house. I can be very specific and have the tool do that, and it does it in a matter of minutes. That's the main thing I want you to like kind of understand. So there you go. Now, the next thing that I really like about Google Gemini is so I like the image stuff, right? What else do I like? Miss Jacqueline, I was thinking about you because we have like a comp class coming up, and I said, Miss Jacqueline, make sure you document everything that you can document. So for I have this document here where I was getting ready for this class, and it's called like I put my notes in here, how to use AI to personalize your real estate content. And I'm going to go back over to Google Gemini, and I was already creating a project, but I still kind of want to show y'all how fast the tool works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new chat. And I'm going to attach the tool. This is a little technical, but you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going like right here, I'm clicking tools, and I'm going to, no, right here, I'm going to click the plus. I want to add a file. So this is the stuff where I talk about like Google is integrated in all of your stuff already. So I want to upload a file. No, I don't. I want to add from Drive. That's incorrect. But you can upload a file here. I'm just a fan of Google. So I'm going to add from Drive, and I'm going to find that document called How to Use AI. Those were my notes, and that was my outline. And then I'm going to ask it, I'm going to click this tools thing. I'm going to create a canvas. I'm going to ask it to create me a slide presentation. and it's going to create me like some Google slides in a matter of minutes. It might take a little bit longer than the image, so we might come back to it. But so for you, Miss Candace, you do a lot of presenting and slides, so it can do that for you. And while that's working on that, let me show where it did before. So this is working, but I'm going to open a new window for y'all, and you can see it like thinking over here, like it's like thinking, and it's working on those slides. But I'm going to come back to it. Personalization, and this is not the best part yet. This is just like I'm just showing y'all like what it's capable of so far. Like, so this was created in a matter of 15 minutes based off just that document. Like I've done this yesterday. It wasn't live, so but you're going to see the one that it did create live. It created me 30 slides. You can even see my commands like embedded in here. I'll show you like how to use AI in 5 minutes. That document is attached. I said, help me put together a slide presentation, and it did all of that stuff. Then I said, update it to a luxury theme presentation. It did everything I commanded it to do. It did it, and it did it in initially the presentation was called in 15 minutes or less. Most of this stuff is done in 15 minutes or less. 15 minutes or less, and you can do some tweaking, but most of it is done in 15 minutes or less. So it took that real simple basic document, and it created all these slides for me, right? So how this is relevant to you is you can take content, you can take information that sellers are saying, that you're having at presentations, and you can use that information and you can create assets based off just that basic information in a matter of minutes. So let me see if that other thing is present.
Can you edit slide by slide? Like say
You can.
Okay.
You can. So this was the slide. Remember the one we were just talking about? I just did like maybe 3 minutes ago. This is the slide presentation that has come up with so far. So how to use AI to personalize your real estate content. You can customize it. You can say, hey, I don't like these colors, update the colors. You can do different stuff with it, right?
So you could change, because this said me, Jerome Lewis, but it looked like Jerome Lewis was a white guy. So you could change it.
Yeah, you can change it. Yes, you can change it. You can change it. So it's not, it's moving a little. I'm not being super specific. I'm being very generic just to show you the capabilities and the possibilities. But once you start to customize and be more specific, it's like it customizes based on what you're telling it, right? So this was all based off just some really simple basic notes of which I showed you, and it created me some slide presentation just like that in a matter of minutes. Okay, so that's what I wanted you to see. Now the best part. So the best part, that's some basic stuff I want y'all to see. The best part, my favorite part, so favorite that I kept running out of credits using this thing, is the man, let me see. Let me go before I go to that part. Let me see what I have here. Let's see. All right, yeah, that's not what I was looking for. So the best part of all of this, now I told you about Google Gemini. Now, the next thing I wanted to tell you, the next thing I want you to understand is Google Notebook LM. This is the tool this is the important tool right here. So all these slides, except for the one about me and my story, all of these slides were created in Notebook LM in less than 15 minutes by me just giving some real basic commands, some real basic structure. Like even the gold, you see how beautiful the gold is? Like that was created in a matter of minutes. So you can see my presentation. I said, what if your AI wasn't guessing? One of the things about ChatGPT and Google Gemini, some people take it as the gospel. It is not the gospel. It is doing educated guesses. So just because ChatGPT said 1 + 1 is 3 doesn't mean it's true. Some of us just think all the information is true. It hallucinates. It's taking best educated guesses. So sometimes you need to fact check it, and you need to give it specific information on what you want. The cool thing about Notebook LM is it has much more capacity. It's much more capable of taking your information and sticking to exactly your information rather than guessing, like ChatGPT or even Google Gemini can hallucinate sometimes. Okay, so Ms. Jacqueline, she was talking, she was like, I got file cabinets in my brain. And I said, I don't know. So I thought about her, because this is how I do my file cabinets. I use AI, right? Google Notebook LM is where I put my notes and my file cabinets. It's a notebook. I want you to start thinking about it as a notebook that can do so many different things. And as it says at the bottom, it's an unfair advantage because you're so capable, and this stuff is done in a matter of minutes. It has more capacity. It delivers more specific results based on just your information. It's not guessing. ChatGPT is guessing in general. It is not the gospel. It's not always true. It's not always right. It's not always wrong, but you have to fact check and make sure. Notebook LM, it doesn't guess. It takes factual information. It can be very specific to what you give it. You want to give it a basic listing presentation on what you've done, only you can give it to that. It won't guess. It's simple. It's just more powerful. And it enables true customization. So I want to show you some of the customization that happens in a matter of minutes. We're going to run just like we did Frank's picture. I want to do some assets if I still have enough credits, because I've been playing with this thing all day getting ready for the presentation. But if I have enough assets, I want you to see how powerful it is and how capable we can do. So some of you, like when we open up, I said, what do you think about AI? And some people are like, it's taking jobs. If you learn it, you can utilize it as an assistant, and you won't be one of those people that get put out of the job. You won't want to be one of those people. So I'm going to show you how that works. Again, the tool that I really want you today, I want you to know about Gemini, Google Gemini, and in particular, the image generation and the image playing around that we were doing. That was called Nano Banana within Google. And we did something real simple. I was even playing around. I'll talk about that later. But I'm going to show you like notebooks. So Ms. Candace, you should appreciate this part as well. So notebook, I want you to think about it as your notebook. And I got several notebooks in here. I got client files, I got testimonies, I got all kind of stuff within my notes. I'm going to show you what they are, right? So this is like, kind of think about it, Miss Jacqueline, a file cabinet. So I have different file cabinets and different folders for each project that I'm working on. So the first project I want you to see, shout out to Miss Candace. So what I've done, remember the initial part where I talked about record everything? We record a lot of the presentations here in ECC. So Ms. Candace did that cold call initiative, and we recorded that. And what I did was I took the transcript from that recording. That's all I did. All I did was take the transcript and I put it inside my notebook LM here, and it created several different assets for me. So I want you to see assets. Asset number one, I asked it to create me an infographic. And it created this infographic. I think we already shared this one. And it created in a matter of minutes. I'm telling you, minutes. That's one graphic. Here's another graphic. All it did was took my transcript, because I recorded, right? We recorded, and it put it in a matter of minutes. So you've seen this. So Ms. Candace is going to be really useful for you, because you're going to understand you don't need to go and create all those assets anymore. Here is, so nobody saw this one yet, but based on the transcript, and I'll show you the transcript too. Based on the transcript, it created these slides for us, right? So this is what our cold calling initiative is. We want to just create these slides. Very detailed, very specific, not guessing. It's taking our exact information. Real clean, real simple. You can understand this, right? It's not guessing from out of the air like ChatGPT. So this was all based on what we did on the cold calling initiative when Ms. Candace did this for us, okay? All I did was took the transcript, and it took the real basic and simple information that we did, and it put it all together in here. It even put the list together. It got Emmanuel's name incorrect, but it put the list together on who was going to do what. Who was going to do what? Yes, everything based off the transcript. Ms. Candace?
Okay, so I thought I saw a plus sign on that notebook. Is that what you do? You hit the plus sign, and then you hit create, and then you drop the link in there, and then hit submit.
Yeah, I'm going
or
to show you
something?
a little bit. It's
Okay.
a lot of ways you can do it. I'm going to show you a little bit now. So I said I'm going to show like how I created this one. So this cold call initiative was when I started like a new notebook. Yeah, I started this one, like once you log into Google and everything, I started a new notebook, and then it took me to like a screen and it had me put some stuff in. But all I did for this, you can see this here. You see me over here? You see me moving? Here's what I did. This is what it looks like. I took the transcript, and all I did was place it in here. So I copied the text, but there's different things that you can do. You can, I'm going to close this down. I'm closing this. You can add in different sources right here. So you can add in a picture. You can add in a YouTube video. You can add in slides. You can do copy text. When I did the cold call initiative one, I did copy text from our transcript. That clear, Ms. Candace?
Yes.
That's all it did was took that text. So it can do the same thing based on your calls, right? It can take the audio of your call and customize you a custom graphic based on that particular seller's call, for example. So I'm going to go in some more, and I'm moving fast because I just want you to see the potential. I just want you to see the potential. We're not going to learn everything today, but I want you to see the potential, and you come in with your own creative ideas and you do what you need to do. Let's see what else. So these are let me make it a little bit bigger because it is a little small. these are like the options. One of the things that I love about this is like you can just come in here and it'll do something based on what you tell it to do. It can create your audio podcast based on your information that you send. Real simple. And then a lot of it is free. It's again, you're not going to find an assistant that you can pay $20 to do all of this stuff. So use the free one, but I highly recommend that you pay this $20 for the tool because you will never find a better assistant for $20 to do all of this stuff in a matter of minutes. So what do I want to do? I want to take you through some more notebooks. So we did the cold call initiative with Miss Candace. I want to take you through, I got an expired listing. So this is my expired listing framework. I have some scripts in here from different people. Look, I got a Jackie Kravitz script in there. I got my own script in there. I have this YouTube video where it talks about the 3 powerful home pricing strategies. And I don't know what that pasted text is, but I even have a Mike Ferry script in here. So I put all this stuff inside of this notebook and I customize my content based off of this. So I want to see what assets I kind of created over here. I didn't create a lot of assets in this one, but you get to see one of the infographics. So let's see. All right. So I'm going to show the prompt. The prompt that I did for this one was this infographic should be most of the common objections and how to handle them using the 5-step framework. Use the main color as white with gold and black accents. So you can kind of see the image that it created based off me just telling it what to do. And it's very clean, very professional, and it's just a beautiful graphic. It's just a beautiful graphic you can see, and I can send this to, let's say I was training real estate agents, right? I want ECC to see this. I could just drop this inside my WhatsApp and share with them, right? That's one example. Let me see what else I did inside a notebook. Proven strategy to sell your home. This is another infographic that I created. Okay, so this is like, I was going for like a business card theme, something I could send the seller after the call. And it's kind of blank because I didn't put names in there. But here's the prompt. Help me create a graphic like a business card that will contain my contact information. This graphic should be for me to share with potential clients about how I can help them sell their house. So it created basically a business card for me. I wasn't specific in telling it my name, my phone number, my agency, my brokerage, but it created a business card for me on the spot that I can share when I go out to my prospect. And I can be even more specific and I can say, hey, talk about this particular thing that they talked about on the call. Boom, I send that graphic over to the seller. It's customized. They feel special because it is customized. So that's one particular, that was one of my notebooks in my file cabinet, Ms. Jacqueline. So I was messing around trying to come up with some live examples so you can see this is like, it's not too good to be true. And what I did was I went to Skane's page because some of y'all social media game was like, ooh, we need some work. But I went to Skane's page and it's not gonna let me sing it. I went to Skane's page and I saw this graphic on his page earlier today. And I was like, what did I tell the AI to do? I told it create a new flyer and make the main color shimmering gold with black accents. And it created this graphic in a matter of minutes, right? Now, his name, his phone number, that information not on there, but you have a beautiful graphic that he can share on social media based off just that graphic that he sent. So Ms. Candy, you were asking me about a little earlier, but you press the plus. You can put pictures, video, audio, you can put all kinds of stuff within these graphics and they create those graphics for you. Okay, let me see what else I wanted to show you. All right, so most of you, I'm not a traditional real estate agent. What I do is like a little complex and the deals can be weird. So I do have to customize my situations and my stuff sometimes. So I like this tool for that. Sometimes I got to explain a complex topic to sellers and these graphics are going to help me do that. So I was supposed to say this earlier, but I buy houses and I like to buy houses that have like a little bit of equity because they require unique situations. And I have a book that I wrote on that and I uploaded that book directly in this platform and it created this infographic for me in a matter of seconds. This is something that I can send to prospects and customers. I can follow with them by email, I can follow with them by text, but explain the process or some fundamentals of the process from start to finish in a matter of minutes. Just from that book that I uploaded or that process, the text, the audio file, whatever it is that I uploaded. So that's my foundation. Another thing that I've done, I'm going to show you the slides here. So this was the book that I wrote. It's called House to Sell. This is the book that I give them. And it wrote out the process again in my slides. Right? So what I can do with this is, hey, I need to create content. I can go to YouTube or I can go to Zoom, I can talk about my process, upload it right to YouTube. People are like, how does this process work? Here's a YouTube link explaining everything on how it works. Okay. So that's what I have to do. I've been creating the content this week and I need to record it, but you can kind of see whatever your process is, it can come in and it can explain your process based on the content and the information that you give it. Now, more customization, then I'm gonna open up for questions or feedback or something like that. So let's see. Let's go here. So this was one, and I had to be careful because it's sensitive. This was an actual real call. And I put my notes in here. I recorded it. I recorded the conversation. I put my notes in here. And Miss Candace, you know a little bit. She was moving to Texas. So yeah, so she creates, so the asset, I put the information in here, the transcript from the notes, and it created this entire slide presentation for me. So instead of a generic, hey, I'm going to help you move, I can come in and this is custom, very specific for that particular client, for that particular prospect. So I can send this to her. I can make a video of this of her, but it customized everything and let her know based on her exact situation, what it is that we can do for her and what we can provide. So it created all of those slides. Of course, the picture is not me, but those are some of the things that it did. So I'm going through a lot and I'm speaking fast, but I want you to understand the main idea of the AI. I want you to really start to consider Google. And I really want you to understand the speed that you can create these assets and the speed of which you can do these things where things are very custom and very specific to what your seller, your buyer, or what your people need. So let me see, what else can I do? I want to show you one more thing. I don't know what I want to show you though. That's not it. While I'm looking through this stuff, what questions do we have? What feedback do we have?
Is Google Notebook included with Gemini, or are they two separate things?
They are separate. Is Google Notebook included with Gemini? No, they're separate. Like to start, fundamentally to start, I just want people to get away from how ChatGPT is the gospel and the God and the only thing. That's number one. It's like other tools out there, and I'm just a fan of Google because of the capabilities. Notebook is separate, but it's a little more capable and specific to personalization and customization because it does more. It's not just like Gemini would be considered a large language model tool where it only does stuff based off language. And that would be the same thing for like ChatGPT. Notebook is very specific for, it's like, no, it's a notebook and you can do other stuff. It has image generation, slide creation, mind maps. It has all types of content within it that you can utilize. So that's the biggest difference. Like to get your feet wet, start to use Google Gemini, play around with those images, but to like really like blow the cap off, you want to start to use Notebook LM. Miss Candace?
My question was similar to his question. When you do the upgrade for $20 for Gemini, does the Gemini AI speak to the Notebook AI, or is that two separate upgrades?
No, if you do that upgrade, they're connected in that way.
Okay.
So it's just like worth paying the 20. That's why I'm just an investor. I believe in investing in your business,
Yeah.
and you cannot beat $20 for the capability that this AI does. So that's my
Right.
stance. Frank?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
I'm
no,
not
no, no. Go
finished.
ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so if you use ChatGPT and you want to go to Gemini, but you got like a lot of like little projects in there, is there something you can do to kind of move stuff over, or you just got to start from scratch?
Ooh, I do not know the answer to that, but I'm pretty sure there's probably some tools out there that will make that transition a little bit easier.
Okay.
So I just don't know the exact answer for that right now.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Falcon?
How do we get to Google Gemini?
So if you Google it, it should come up. And the same thing with Notebook LM, it should come up. Just Google those and it'll come up. You click whatever link. I've seen you use a computer before. It'll show you. The actual URL for Gemini will be gemini.google.com. And the actual link for Notebook LM would be notebook.google.com. So gemini.google.com for Google Gemini and notebooklm.google.com for Notebook. Frank?
All right, Miss Candace, I would imagine you could probably just take that file, right, for whatever project you got going over there in ChatGPT and just punch it right into Jerome's thing over here. Just prompt it where you got it from. It's smart enough to figure it out and pick it up from there. That would be my guess. You mentioned video, Jerome. Is every video I bring this up because I was thinking about I haven't looked it up, BombBomb, because I keep hearing people talk about that. For me specifically, to be able to send digital format of myself without having somebody click on a YouTube video. So I don't know if anybody else does this, if anybody else could chime in, if anybody else uses anything. I only hear about BombBomb to be this thing.
Yeah, so with video is complex, and they use BombBomb does have some like very custom, and I interviewed the founder of BombBomb on my podcast. They have some very specific custom, like you can't really send videos because of it's so much technology and so many limitations. So BombBomb is like the best option, right? Not the best option, but it's the most popular option on how to send videos to people. So I would like kind of stick to that unless you like know technology really well and you know how to navigate the different kinks.
Okay, I didn't know. I was just asking specifically if you recommend BombBomb or you have a different one. So you still recommend BombBomb?
I would recommend BombBomb only because I don't like it's not my expertise on how to send videos. I haven't looked into it for a while. So BombBomb I would make that recommendation.
All right, got that. With this program here, with this AI, could I, let's just say, take a website, punch it in there and prompt it to write me a book from this website?
Yes, I would just be careful, not because it's like plagiarism. So I would take my own information, like yours. Like I've done 50 listing presentations, help me come up with a structure of a book. And what should I do? So I would be careful on using other people's content and other people's information because legality is involved in that. But yes.
The breakdown in my head, so I've always thought about writing a book on like gardening stuff. All of the information is free from the University of Florida. It's part of the state of Florida. Everything, gardening zone, when to plant, when to do that, everything is on there. And I've always like, oh man, I got to get somebody who could just literally take this information and make a book, and I can go online on all these platforms and sell that, how to garden, by me actually doing it. Kind of like what I do on TikTok, except for I'd be making all of the money on that.
So I would. So you said the University of what?
Yeah, University of Florida. So if you go into University of Florida, you're not looking it up now, right?
No, I'm gonna see what the tool can pull up real quick. But I would do that. The only thing is I would just make sure I credit where it came from. That's it. But I would write it since it's free and from the university. It's like you got to consider like copyright and plagiarism. I would start to do that.
So what you'd be looking at if you were to look it up at UF/IFAS, and that'll take you right to their gardening area, if you will, on
like that.
I can't see it. IFAS. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so you probably could. We probably don't have enough time for me to dive into that, but you probably could. And if you,
I was just wondering if you,
something,
yeah, I mean, even when
could.
you started showing those, not diagrams, basically the digital format where you get a visual on that, I'm like, bro, that would be perfect for pages. And obviously, you could take a little bit of information. Hell, I could probably just read most of the stuff off of a web page on my little plaid thing and upload that, and tell it to make me some sort of image to go along with it. But that was it. Thank you, man.
All right, no problem. So I'm gonna try to see if it can create an infographic based off whatever I just said about gardening, just so you can see it like live working. It should take 5 minutes or so, and we'll see. And you'll approve it or not. Any other questions before I start to shut down? We got 9 minutes. We can leave it open. Logan.
Oh,
Go ahead, Miss Falcon.
the Nano Banana is also included in there or separately?
It's included in Gemini.
In Gemini, okay.
Gemini.
And that's the platform you use for AI staging and stuff?
You can, yep. You can use it for, yes. So if y'all had more graphics, I'd have been able to show y'all more stuff. Y'all got to get y'all social media together. Right. Oh, you got your hand down. Logan, what's your feedback? What's your thoughts, Logan?
How do you integrate Claude AI with your notebook?
Oh, that's what I was supposed to show you. So look right here. I'm glad you said that, Logan. So while Frank's thing is, look, this is Frank's thing real quick before we move on. I just typed in Florida gardening and it created this. Pick the perfect spot, build healthy soil, plant for the season, water, mulch, watch, right? It did that in like, you just all saw it live based on just the information that I typed in without any real thought. So for you, Logan, what I did, how to integrate Plot for me is I actually have a live seller in here somewhere. Where's his name? His name is, where is he? He might be in here. Maybe I put him in with her. Well, I don't have it in here, but let's take, where is she? This is Vanessa, Miss Jack, Miss Kings. I don't have it in here. Give me 1 second, because I know I put it in here. But just so you can kind of see Plot, Logan, these are the conversations that I have. I record my listing conversation. I don't think I put him in there yet, but this is a guy, he owes like $1 million on his property. His name is Steve. And the lien comes off next year. So I recorded that conversation for my own purposes, right? You be careful with recording. Your recording state to you, but I have all this information in here, right? This how much this the mortgage balance, this how much he has in equity. He talks about a good faith deposit of $30,000. The property lien on the property is a 10-year mark. Remember I said 10 years it comes off. Like these are all of the details that my note taking recorded for me. And I can take this information and I could create asset based off what he's saying. I thought I did already, but sometimes when you're presenting live, things don't go as you want them to go. So, man, I can't find it. I cannot find it. Let me see. Maybe he's in here. He's not in here. I don't know where he is, but that's what I do, Logan. I can take that audio or that transcript, upload it here, and I can instruct the AI on what I want to do. Maybe it's in here. Expired listing. It's not in here. I don't know what I did, Logan, but that's how I use it. I use the transcript or the audio or the YouTube video, whatever I do, I upload it right to the tool using this.
Okay.
Like this is worth paying for it too. Like I paid $200 for it. It does require like a $10 a month prescription or something like that. But again, it's a business expense that separates you from everyone else.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Jose, feedback, questions?
So my dialer records the conversations. So I guess I could just download the audio, throw it onto to Gemini, and then prompt it to give me any infographics that you think this seller would appreciate. Something like that, right? Something generic.
Exactly.
Just
Yes.
let it convince me, right?
Yeah, something like that. Or you might not like it. You could be more specific. Talk about the dog. You didn't mention the dog. Like you can customize. So real quick, Michelle, this is what I was trying to tell you about earlier, like testimony, like which you already know, but these are like testimonials from ECC recently, right? Miss Candace, you up in here, Deborah's up in here, and I said, hey, create a graphic. Oh man, I'm running out of. Okay, I said create a graphic and give me 5 testimonies on the feedback that they gave. Right, and it created this graphic for me pretty easily. That's one graphic. You can do the same thing with your clients, how you help them sell a house. Here is another graphic, and again, it does like all this stuff in a matter of minutes. We used to have Matt here. Matt used to be here. He gave us a testimonial one time. Come on, Skanes. He gave us a testimonial one time. You can see that's in there. Terrell gave us a testimonial. Miss Candace is up there. Miss Deborah, Elizette. It just created this in a matter of minutes. Patricia, feedback, questions.
Jerome, mine is feedback. I loved your presentation. It was really, really engaging. So I want to do this really quick because I've got to go make calls, but I want to appreciate you. For the longest time, I've been going to ChatGPT with very many ideas that I maybe want to build. I want to grow in something. I'm curious about something or what I could make out of it. But now I see Google Gemini is actually really brilliant too, and I could go with it. And I love your personalization of your presentation. It's really unique and it's so engaging. I also love that your presentation has had a lot of visuals, so we've been able to pick examples by watching you do them live. And also, I love your mock-ups of placing someone at the property without it's like really clean. So I love that you took the time to do the research to do all this stuff and to show us how to do it. I will personally be coming to you for some more inquiries on how to use this because I see it's broad. However, I don't have the time now, but thank you so much. And I
You're
love this
welcome.
presentation.
Thank you. Any other feedback? We normally do feedback, but I was talking so fast. So my goodness. Just wanted to deliver that information before I go. Andrew, give us some feedback, sir.
Yeah, I think you did your presentation really well. I do appreciate you sharing with us the different things. Like a lot of these actually I haven't heard of, like Plot AI or Notebook LM. So I do appreciate you showing us on how we could streamline processes.
Thank you, sir. Michelle.
Jerome, I am so thankful for you. I'm very grateful that you decided that you were able to share all this with us. I'm about to cancel my ChatGPT subscription and subscribe to Google Gemini after this. I did not know how powerful it was. I'm gonna go invest in more Google stock after this. So I'm just very appreciative of everything that you show me. I really had no idea how powerful it was. It's a little overwhelming, but I'm gonna slowly go through everything. But yeah, thank you, Jerome.
Just give Google a try. Lily.
Yes, I love your presentation. I like how you broke all the information down in a way that was easy to understand. You basically explained and showed us like the big picture, how everything, and it wasn't overwhelming. And I'm with Michelle. I'm going to cancel my ChatGPT, and I am a fan of Gemini. So good job, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Frank.
Yeah, thank you, man. Hands down. I appreciate you talking fast, by the way. For everybody else who don't know what the plat is, look, here's a credit card on this side. Here's what it is. Exactly the same size, and it's about 2 credit cards thick, right? So it's this, just so that you know. This is what it is. Little button on it, flip it up, and it records. I know how to do it now, Jerome. From this morning until now, I got it.
Nice.
Just showing you guys what it looks like. It's tiny. That's why Jerome said he put it on the back of his phone. You won't even know it's there.
Okay.
Miss Candace, I know you got something for
Scary.
me.
Scary.
Miss Teacher. And you know I'm here for you if you need it. So
Oh, my brain is going 1,000 miles per hour, seeing how the notebook, it kind of reminds me of Dropbox a little bit of how we have those different categories, except they can break it down, whatever you have in those files and give you more information. So I'm just sitting here thinking of all the different stuff that I've been using and how I can kind of like consolidate it. So this was a really good presentation. I think you should do some type of Google affiliate and let them know that you're
I
promoting
know.
for them. Yeah, Frank out here getting money over some dirt. I'm just kidding.
Frank.
But yeah, this was gold.
Thank you, Miss Candace. Frank.
What was the branding on the bottom right of your images? There was a branding on there, but we were.
It was Notebook. Google.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That was
Miss Falcon.
Yes, you've opened our eyes to a different world of AI, which, yes, we thought it was just ChatGPT. Now we know that we have somewhere else that we can work faster and we can get things done quicker and with more graphics. So I love it. As far as notebook, I probably have to look more into it, learn a little bit more, but definitely it is an eye opener. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. I'm already 2 minutes over. I'd like to be on time. Thank you all. I'll be back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jerome.
Yeah.
Hey, now that everybody else saw that, what do you think? Like with the images he's able to create, why do we still have Canva?
I know.
You got to go. I put in the chat. Like I think it's like $14 a month I pay for that thing.
And they
And
have
I have to
apps
do it.
they have apps that you have to subscribe for like AI staging, but Gemini can just do everything for you at this point. So
Yeah, that staging was nice. I put one live yesterday, and it has like a football flag on the wall inside of the house. And I couldn't tell, I would have taken the flag down. It's like a University of Florida or something. I would have taken the flag down just so it wasn't in the image, but behind the wall it wasn't painted. So I couldn't take it down, so I
Oh,
just left it up. But with that, seeing that image, how we just changed that wall, I'm like, man, that's worth $20 right now.
yeah, you could try that. Because what if the buyer is anti-fan?
That's yeah. That's why I don't want to do it. The house I also listed yesterday when I went to get a key from them, they gave me one with a football team. They're like from Maryland. I don't know where they're from. But anyway, have a football team. I don't watch football. I don't care about football. But it's bias, right? Some people just automatically
Mm,
frown. That's not that team, or it's not their team. So
yeah,
I don't want any reason for that.
yeah. Well,
I'll even
I'm gonna
ask
go.
sellers if they have a lot of religious stuff, just take it down. I don't care.
Mhm,
Yeah.
that's smart.
So I use my Gmail a lot, so I like having the whole suite there where you can click on the buttons and get to everything. But I'm not going to cancel my ChatGPT until I go through all of these little projects and see if I can download some PDFs from them. Because I've done some projects in there and make sure I can take those and drop it into the other one. And so I might run both for 30 days and then go ahead and cancel ChatGPT, to be
Yeah.
honest.
You'd have to think the Gemini has more information, is faster, better, stronger because it's Google and it's YouTube, right? But more so it's Google,
Mhm.
the largest search engine in the world. So how could an off, you know what I mean? I guess it's not an off-brand, the ChatGPT, because to me that's kind of the original. But if Google gets involved and they have more information than anybody, so
Right.
All right. See you guys. I'll be
yep.
back on
Yeah.
tomorrow for weekend prospecting for
What
the
time?
team.
Michelle, hold
Uh,
on. Did you
yeah.
figure out what you're gonna do about the whole robot sounding with the ISAs?
Well, I told them we should role play because I was listening to their calls and I was like, what is going on? Because they do not sound like that during role play. And
Some of it too is the Vulcan recorder, because I record their calls too. And some of them, they have people on the phone for 4 minutes, and I'm thinking to myself, I would have been hung up. But it's like the person's voice is coming through strong and theirs is coming through soft. It's like it's not being recorded on the same wavelength either. Like it's something strange about the recording because it's not coming
I
through
think it
clear
is,
on both
yeah.
ends.
I'm going to answer Frank's question really quickly before I get back to you, Miss Candace. I'll be on tomorrow around 10 to 11 Eastern time to call. And Miss Candace, I talked to them about it. So I have Nadia and Patricia working with me. They do this thing where, so they told me that where they're from, they feel uncomfortable opening up the call first because it's more polite for the person that they're speaking to talk to them first. I told him,
Hmm.
this is America. We're entitled over here. So you gotta
Hmm.
just
Y'all
go
are.
with it. Yeah, you just, and especially in New York City, you just gotta go straight forward with that. So I
Hmm.
told them
Hmm.
just to say, hey, good morning. This is Patricia. I'm calling about blah, blah, blah. But they've been saying, hello, good morning. And
Mm-mm.
then that's it. They just
Now that ain't
pause.
gonna work.
They,
No.
I think they need training on that. So we should train them up on that.
Hmm.
They
Okay.
they keep getting clicked up on for that. So
Mm. Okay. All righty. I just wanted to check in with you on that.
yeah. Yeah, I think they're in good hands though. They just gotta keep trying.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They getting me some appointments. I can't complain.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I think
Even if it's
they
something I got to do follow up on, if they can at least get the hook, if they can at least drop that bait and let me come back around, because a couple of them that I didn't got, they have led the way. They set me up for a layup.
oh, that's good. I think I need help with that because I don't know if Patricia said that, the people that she speaks to in your market are very different than the ones in my market.
That's true
Um,
though.
they're more
That's
aggressive.
true.
So I have to figure out a way to tackle that.
Okay. Well, you and I can talk too offline sometimes to kind of like figure the whole thing out, and I can kind of show you how if they could set you up with some leads, how you can call back and kind of like seal the deal.
That would be great, Miss Candace, because I really look up to you as well, and I struggle with the being too overly friendly, so I really need
Hmm.
to build up on that. All
Okay.
right, thank you. Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
connect.
Yes, we will. Have a good one.
You too. Bye, everyone. See you soon.